Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, aka Ghostbuster, and today I get to review Bright Memory Infinite that releases today, the 21st of July 2022 on Xbox Series X. Now, I am reviewing Bright Memory Infinite Platinum Edition. Now, this is a follow-up to Bright Memory, which was the first game I purchased on the Xbox Series X. It was more of a sort of extended demo. You were looking at about half an hour to play through it, and it was sort of like a taster of what the main game was going to bring. Now the main game is finally here. Developed by FYQD-Studio, and it's published by PLAYISM. And I was lucky enough to be sent a copy of this game for review, so big thank you to them for that. And I have been looking forward to this since I played the original. Now, the original did have its issues. There was a lot of sort of screen tearing and sort of graphical glitches and stuff like that, and obviously, like I say, you did feel like you were paying for a demo. However, this is a full game and it definitely improves on what was shown previously. Now, in this game, it's set in 2036 and you play as this sort of agent who works for the Supernatural Science Research Organization, and basically you're going to investigate this strange phenomenon, which is like this giant black hole in the sky, which is sort of like sucking things in but also messing up the time, so it creates like time warps where you end up fighting sort of historical characters and stuff like that. In that sense, it's really it's a very sort of very Japanesey style sort of plot, a bit over the top, but it works well, and I quite like it. Now, this game does look really awesome. They've put a lot of effort into it, and like I say, FYQD is a solo developer studio, so the fact they've done this is fantastic. So this game is optimized for Xbox Series X and S. It supports 4K resolutions, up to 120 FPS depending on which mode you pick, and it supports ray tracing. Now, the video footage you'll see on the screen right now does not have ray tracing on, unfortunately. I didn't realize when I first started playing the first mission that the ray tracing isn't automatically enabled. You have to go into the menu to activate it, so just bear that in mind. There's lots of graphical options in there to twiddle with whatever you want and get the best sort of style for you. Now, like I said previously, the original game, or the trial as such, had a lot of screen tearing and graphical bugs. I didn't encounter hardly anything on this. There was a couple of moments I felt the frame rate dropped ever so slightly, and at one point I did get glitched out and had to reboot my save, but I didn't lose anything because it checkpointed to literally the room before, so I lost about 30 seconds of gameplay. But other than that, I had a pretty smooth and bug-free time. Now, the game looks amazing, like I've said. It features all these graphical things, but the environments are very pretty. The weapons and the characters are really detailed, and it's so good. Like I say, it's a really fast-paced game. It's not only is it like the gun combat, you've got the sort of dodging mechanics, you've got your special abilities where you can sort of like slow down and then like pull people in and blast them away. You've got like grapples and stuff like that, and these are all upgradable as you progress through the games. You find these like little collectibles, and if you pick them up, you can basically spend them on upgrades. Some only need one, some need a couple, etc. Now, these reliquaries, as it's called, are scattered all around the place. They're quite easy to find, and one thing I do like about this game is once you've completed the game, you can then play it on different difficulties or just replay it again, but all of your upgraded skills stay in place. So if you play this on like normal and then you go onto the hard mode, you've already got your upgrades available to you from the get-go, which I think is really cool. Now, I love the combat in this game. It's very fast-paced. Like I say, there's lots of sort of parrying your enemies' attacks, knocking them back, knocking them into the sky, then doing loads of quick attacks either with your weapons, your guns, or your melee weapon, your sword. And the variety of different weapons in the game, obviously you get like sniper rifles, shotguns, machine guns, pistols. They all have sort of special attacks as well. Now, this game also features a load of unlockable skins that are basically unlocked from the get-go, and you can basically put these on as soon as you start playing. And there are skins for your weapons. As you can see, my weapon has a variety of skins on them, and there are also character costume skins. Now, the default skin is pretty cool. It's like a sort of leather jacket-esque sort of character. Looks pretty sort of cool. I work for a secret agency sort of thing. But a lot of the costumes are very, how can I put it? Fan servicey is probably the best way to put it, and they look rather like little yellow bikini, those sort of things. They're not the best, unfortunately. It's nice that they have them. Like, as you can see now, I'm wearing, it's like tight jeans costume or something. It's classed as casual tight jeans. They're very sort of slightly stereotypical sexist sort of costumes, unfortunately. The weapon skins are cool, I like them, but I feel like they could have done more skins that were sort of cool over sexy in that aspect. But I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to love to see your main character in all the cutscenes wearing a little yellow bikini, so that's in there for you. Now, gameplay-wise, this game isn't the hardest game in the world. If you play it on the harder difficulty, you'll find the boss fights a bit of a challenge, but you can get through the campaign in about 3 hours. Now, the campaign features 6 different missions. Each mission is obviously about half an hour, 40 minutes, depending on your skill level. And you've got boss fights at the end of each of the sections as well, which progress the story. Now, I really enjoyed this game. The achievements are pretty decent in it as well. You will have to replay the campaign multiple times on different difficulties to get the full run of achievements. However, like I say, a full 1000 gamer score can be done within about 10 hours, depending on your skill level. A lot of the achievements are linked to beating bosses, so basically story completion and progression. And a lot of the other achievements are linked to sort of the more grindy achievements, like defeat 20 enemies using a flame-type weapon or skill, etc, etc, etc. Now these, you just play along, you build them up, and they do progress over your multiple playthroughs as well, which is really cool. So if you don't get them all on your first playthrough, just play another game and maybe play a bit more like that, the way you needed to get the achievements on that playthrough. But like I say, all in all, I really enjoyed this game. It's dumb, action, fun. It handles really well. It looks fantastic. Like I say, you would think this is it's got the graphics of some AAA games, like the quality, the details, and stuff like that. Obviously, it's a shorter experience. It's a little rough around the edges in some points. But like I say, overall, it's a fantastic job, and it is priced at £16.74. So I think it's very fairly priced for the amount of content you'll get out of it. And according to the dev's Twitter feed, if you own the original Bright Memory on Xbox, so you bought the short sort of prologue-y prequel sort of trailer game, you get 20% off this game as well. So it's a win-win basically. But this game, like I say, really fun, really interesting. Does feature some slightly awkward platforming sections, but as with a lot of FPS games, platforming never really works very accurately and is a bit finicky anyway, so I don't want to criticise it too much on that. But overall, I had a blast playing this game from start to finish. It was just fun, awesome boss battles, awesome fast-paced combat, being able to switch between my weapons and my sort of melee as I go. I love the jumping around with the grapple and stuff like that. And overall, I had a fun time, and that's what gaming's all about. So check this out. It's a solid 8 out of 10 in my books. A low price, fun indie experience that looks the part and is a really good showcase all in. But that's that for this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and leave a message in the comments. Let me know what you think of this game if you've had time to play it yet. But then that, we'll see you soon for more videos, guys. Bye for now.